In life, we have to handle all sorts of situations. Some are easy to handle, others not so easy. What we can't handle, we pass on to other people. It's a bit like a game of pass the parcel. We don't want to be the one who's caught when the music stops. All living creatures live in a flow of matter, energy, and information. And as it flows through, we take out what we need or what we want, and we pass on the rest. But we don't always manage to pass the parcel. And what we can't handle sometimes gets stuck inside us. So take eating food for an example. We digest the food to gain the energy that's in it to stay alive and do things. And then we pass on what we can't use. The energy from food that we've eaten that we can't process goes down the toilet. Sometimes we get stuck with the parcel. Energy stays inside us, makes us sick and unhealthy. We might get food poisoning. What we choose to do with the energy that we gained might be helpful, but other times our actions just pass the problem on to other people or make problems for ourselves. So if I don't wash the dishes or mow the lawns, then I'm just passing it on. Somebody else has to do it. If I don't tidy my own room, it gets messier and harder and more uncomfortable for me to live in. Now we do the same thing with our emotions. We have experiences that we digest by having emotions, so we know how we feel. Sometimes we handle the emotion well, and that gives us energy to do good things. At other times we can't handle the emotion and we just dump it on somebody else. We might get angry or snarky. We might withdraw and go quiet. At other times the emotion is stuck inside us to become a suppressed emotion. And over time, that will make us emotionally sick. We can get depressed, or we can have that suppressed emotion explode at some time in the future. We also digest experience by our thinking. We think about events that happen and make sense of them so that we know what to do. Some things that happen we can make sense of really easily, while other things are rejected and pushed away. Thoughts and ideas get passed on too. So we might blame somebody else or be unwilling to see things from another perspective. We might create confusion and misunderstanding by the way we say things. Or we might get stuck inside ourselves with negative self-talk, always interpreting what we experience in unhelpful, destructive ways. So we interact with others, with our body, with our emotions, and our thinking and talking. Now we can do that in positive ways that help everyone, or we can get caught up in disagreements and arguments where each person is dumping things onto the other that they can't handle in themselves. It's so much easier to see the other person as the problem. You're the one who needs to change. People can become manipulative and intimidating. And we can see this in families. Family members can dump on each other. Sometimes the weak link gets dumped on by the whole family and becomes the scapegoat for what everybody else is avoiding. People might form alliances and gang up on each other. Sometimes there's an elephant in the room that everybody knows is there, but nobody says a word. Our whole society plays pass the parcel. Minorities and other groups, even whole nations, get scapegoated and pay the costs others are not willing to bear. Climate change, racism, sexism, a whole lot more is just playing pass the parcel on a much, much bigger scale. But there are skills that we can learn to contain our actions and keep everyone safe. We can learn to regulate our emotions so that they're not like runaway horses stampeding. We can learn to use mindfulness and other techniques to calm our thinking, and so that we can stop and consider other options that we might have and make better decisions. And there are skills that can help us get on better with other people, building empathy and being aware of likely future outcomes. We can choose a better life.